Hey everybody, it's Darkling Muffin, and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we met with Princess Zelda, and we got our bearings for where we're supposed to go next, and that is to Death Mountain. And then we completely ignored that and headed off to Lon Lon Ranch, explored there a little bit more, and explored Kakariko Village, which, in fairness, is along the way to Death Mountain, so it's not entirely a loss, but we're certainly not going to Death Mountain. In this episode, we're going to finish exploring Kakariko Village and hopefully make our way up Death Mountain this episode. I did want to point out before we leave this area that this is supposedly a cold area, and that's why Link has a different idle animation where he sort of shivers and sneezes. It's an interesting little detail, but apparently this area is just cold. And since we learned the Sun Song last episode, it is now nighttime, and at nighttime, there's this fella patrolling the graves here. Hey kid, don't mess around with the graves. I'm Dampé the Gravekeeper. My face may be scary, but I'm not a bad guy. Let me give you an advertisement for my side business. Dampé the Gravekeeper's Heartpounding Gravedigging Tour! What's gonna come out? What's gonna come out? When I start digging, we'll find out. Do you want me to dig here? 10 rupees for one hole. Sure. And apparently I missed. This is Dampé's Heartpounding Gravedigging Tour. This is a complicated game. Well, it's complicated in the inner workings of it, but in actuality it's very simple. You talk to him when he's next to one of these soft soil patches, ask him to dig, and he'll dig something up for you. Now this is going to take a lot of waiting because you gotta wait for him to go around to the next soil patch. So let me explain how this game works, and I have to give a big shout out to ZFG, who made a whole video explaining how Dampé works, and this video is basically just quoting him verbatim, but here's how it works. When digging, what comes out is not determined by anything other than random chance. There are 8 dirt patches, 3 of which look like 2, but are actually 1, for example this one, located in between the 2 patches, so it's sort of in the middle of those. Let's see if this is it. Get ourselves a green rupee. Let's see, where was I in my explanation? There are 4 possible prizes Dampé can dig up. There's a 40% chance of winning a green rupee and walking away 9 rupees poorer, a 30% chance of winning a blue rupee and walking away 5 rupees poorer, 20% chance of winning a red rupee, perfect timing on that, and walking away 10 rupees richer, and a 10% chance of winning the grand prize, a heart piece. If you have already gotten the heart piece, then it is replaced with a purple rupee worth 50 rupees, asterisk. There is a limit to how many of each prize Dampé can dig up. So as you can see here, this patch looks like 2 patches. I'm digging in the middle of the 2 patches. And it works. There's the blue rupee. Come on, pick it up. There's a limit to how many of each prize Dampé can dig up. He can dig up 8 green rupees, 4 blue rupees, and 2 red rupees. If the random prize the game decides to give you is a prize that has reached its limit, it will instead give you the lowest ranking prize that hasn't reached its limit. And the ranking goes green rupee, blue rupee, red rupee. So, if you've collected both red rupees, but not all of the green rupees, and the game tries to give you a red rupee, it will give you a green rupee instead. However, if you had all the green rupees, it would give you a blue rupee. If you are unlucky enough to have dug up all 8 green rupees, all 4 blue rupees, and both red rupees without having won the heart piece, the game must give you the heart piece, meaning that no matter what, you will always win this game by the 15th try. Which would take 150 rupees, not counting the amount that you make back winning rupees. Once the heart piece is won, sorry about that long pause there, I was just trying to find where I was in my notes there. Yeah, so if you will always win after spending about 150 rupees, not counting what you make back. Once the heart piece is won, the next prize is a guaranteed green rupee, and the whole thing resets afterwards. If you reload the graveyard at any point during this game, the entire game resets, and you are back to square one. All of the green rupees, blue rupees, red rupees, all of that are back. Now, I started this game with, I think it was like 67 rupees, and I'm currently at 44, and we've almost made a full loop around the circle. How many soft soil patches, how many soil patches are there in this game? I literally read the notes, but I'm not even, like, registering them. 8 dirt patches. Oh, there it is! There's the heart piece! Excellent! I even made it through my entire explanation, and it was on the last possible one, so that took 8 tries. Which is greater than half, so not particularly great, but we got the heart piece, and that is what is important. Now, I said asterisk earlier when I said that there is one heart piece. This is only true on the Nintendo 64 version. On the Nintendo 64 version, when you collect this heart piece, the game sets a flag that turns all future heart pieces into purple rupees. The same is not true for the 3DS version. On the 3DS version only, you can get infinite heart pieces by playing Dampé's digging game. This is a hilarious fact. They didn't set the flag properly or something. I'm not actually sure what the problem is. But yeah, you can get infinite heart pieces, and in fact, there is a sort of yearly tradition of players of Ocarina of Time where they play the 3DS version, and every Valentine's Day, they try to get 20 hearts just by playing Dampé's minigame. And it's a crazy thing. I don't know if they still do it. I just know that they have done that as a sort of yearly thing for a little while. But yeah, you can get infinite heart pieces in this game, and it's through this minigame. Now, I did want to mention one more thing, and that is Dampé is an interesting character because he has a special role in Japanese culture, or specifically, he's based on something in Japanese culture. In Japanese culture, gravediggers, or gravekeepers rather, are usually very ugly people. And I'm not saying ugly because I'm, shaming people for the way that they look. But traditionally, they were very ugly people. And look, guys, Dampé is not ugly to me. Dampé is beautiful. But the reason they were traditionally ugly is because evil spirits are afraid of them, supposedly, or something like that. And it keeps them at bay. It keeps them from It keeps evil spirits from coming out at night. And so that's why gravekeepers tend to be ugly. But it is now nighttime, and I mentioned in a previous video that gold Skulltulas are much more active at night, and in fact they are only active at night in most cases. So let's head around the town and collect up all of these gold Skulltulas that are, around. So there's one on the House of Skulltula back there. What's this guy's deal? What do you got going on, buddy? Can I speak to you? Thank you. People are disgusting. My own father and mother are disgusting. You must be disgusting too. Man, I just got here. You're gonna open with that? Alright, in this tree that this guy is sitting in, there's another gold Skulltula. Lovely little thing. There's a little bit of construction going on over here. If we head over here, there is going to be, you guessed it, a gold Skulltula. Okay. If you slash your sword when you're right up against a ledge, it sometimes will just knock you off the ledge, so careful of that. There's another gold Skulltula. And I wanted to mention one other thing, and that is a bit of beta content that has kind of wormed its way into Ocarina of Time's manual. Specifically the N64 version's manual. I don't know if the 3DS version came with a manual or not, but the N64 version's manual shows off a little bit of beta content, and that is involving the gold Skulltula tokens. If you have a look at this page here of the manual, you will see that this picture looks a little bit weird. This picture of Link collecting a gold Skulltula token. And there's yet another gold Skulltula token. You can use your slingshot to get that one. But this picture of Link holding a gold Skulltula, let's see when I kill this gold Skulltula if you can spot the difference. So let me just take this guy out, and Do you guys see something different between these two images? Link isn't holding the gold Skulltula above his head, or the gold Skulltula token. That is a bit of beta content that was left over in the manual. It didn't originally act like that. Anyway, let's see how many gold Skulltulas that brings us to. That brings us to 13, and that matches with my notes. So I have been very good about getting them all. With 13 gold Skulltula tokens, that is in fact enough to see something new in the House of Skulltula. So let's head on in there. Here in the House of Skulltula, they do appear to still be cursed, except this gentleman here, who is very happy. Look at him go! He's having a great time. How's it going, bud? The curse has been broken, thank you! Here's a reward for you. And we get the adult's wallet. Adults are allowed to carry a lot of money. Trust me, it's not that adults are allowed to carry a lot. Actually, it is adults are allowed to carry a lot of money. Now you can hold up to 200 rupees. Currently, we only have 36, but if we were to collect more rupees, you would have seen earlier that our amount of rupees that we can hold was capped at 99, and it is no longer capped at 99, it is now capped at 200, which is excellent. It's great, actually. Now, I wanted to show this off last episode. I have it in my notes to show this off, but I completely forgot about it. Over here in this house, up on this hill, if we hop on inside... First of all, very nice looking house. Excuse me, sir. I just wanted to show off that there's this cow here sitting next to a heart piece, a piece of heart. And, well, try as you might, there's not a way for us to currently get this. What do you have to say, buddy? Is visiting other people's houses at this late hour your idea of fun? You must not have a good upbringing. Oh well, that lady takes care of cuckoos, but she is in fact allergic to them. Oh well. Bruh, I mean, look, okay, I don't know how to feel about this guy because yes, he is right that I am barging into his house at this late hour, and I wasn't invited, but also... I mean, come on, you can be a little nicer. What do you have to say at night? Please don't tease my cuckoos. Yeah, that is what she says normally when you collect all the cuckoos. But with that, that's all that I wanted to show off here in Kakariko Village for now, and I think that it's time that we head on up to Death Mountain. And show, well, let's, continue on in our quest. So walking on up these stairs here, unfortunately, Death Mountain appears to be closed off, and if you were to come here to Kakariko Village earlier, this is what you would be met with. Death Mountain, no passage without a royal decree. Well, funny you should mention that, it just so happens that we have a royal decree right here. Let's see what this gentleman has to say before we give it to him. The road is closed beyond this point. Can't you read the sign over there? Oh, I see. You're just a kid and can't read yet. Sir, I in fact can read, and I think that you should learn to read this letter. Oh, this is surely Princess Zelda's handwriting. Well, let's see. Okay. This is Link. He is under my orders to save Hyrule. What kind of funny game has our princess come up with now? Okay, alright, you can go now. Just be careful, Mr. Hero. By the way, Mr. Hero, if you're gonna climb Death Mountain, you should equip a proper shield. It is an active volcano, after all. If you go back to Hyrule Castle Town Market, you should check out the bazaar. They sell the shield you need there. Tell them I sent you, and they should give you a special discount. If you think you're good to go already, don't worry about it. I'd like to ask a favor of you. No, I don't expect you to do it because of the great tip I just gave you. I'm just asking. Have you been to the Happy Mask shop that just opened in the Hyrule Castle Town Market? Everyone is talking about it. My little boy pesters me for a popular mask, but I don't have time to go there. So, could you go and get the mask for me next time you're in the market? If you don't feel like it, that's okay, but... Well, I have no choice. This is my job. I think, personally, when an adult tells me that it's too dangerous to go somewhere, I heed their warning and, well, I guess in this case go back to the market and get a Hylian shield. So, the reason he's telling us to get a different shield is because our shield is currently made out of wood. And wood, in an active volcano, don't really mix. Alright, so once again we find ourselves waiting for it to be daytime. I could play the sun song, but I do have something I wanted to bring up about Dampé that I completely forgot about a minute ago. Dampé is weird, because Dampé is one of the only things in this game that is not just day-night cycle dependent, but is also specific time dependent. Dampé, or Dampé, I keep switching how I want to pronounce it. I guess it would be Dampé, wouldn't it? Dampé only comes out when it has just become nighttime. And that really frustrates me, because that means when you play the Sun Song and you're in Kakariko Village, it makes it like the middle of the night, and Dampé doesn't come out in the middle of the night. But it's kind of misleading, because as soon as you play the Sun Song after getting it, it makes it the beginning of the night. It makes it, just turned dusk. And Dampé comes out at dusk, so Dampé comes out. But when you play the Sun Song again, and make it nighttime, it makes it midnight. So the way around this, if, say you forget to do Dampé, or you don't have enough rupees and you have to come back or something, what I recommend you do is you go into Hyrule Field and play the Sun Song here. Because what the Sun Song does in the field is, instead of immediately making it nighttime, it'll actually speed up the sun. It'll speed up the day-night cycle until it just becomes nighttime. And then Dampé will appear. So, we are here back in the marketplace, and we have a couple errands to run before we go back. But first, let's get that shield he was talking about. Welcome! So, the Hylian shield is normally 80 rupees. Bruh. Okay. So this is something that I didn't know. Apparently, you only get the discount if you have enough money to afford the shield before getting the discount. But don't panic, because this game has a very exploitable way of getting rupees. Now, a lot of people will tell you, come into this room and smash up the pots, and you'll get a bunch of rupees and all that. That pot always has a blue rupee. But no, there is a better way. The better way is looking into Link's neck. That was gross and weird. Out here in Hyrule Field, if you climb up these chain links here, and then play the Sun Song, and make it nighttime, the drawbridge will be brought back up. And Link will be shoved into the hole that the chains go in. It looks a little uncomfortable, but let's, not worry about that too much. If you walk along the top of the drawbridge, you will get 60 rupees every time. And every time you reload the area, this happens again. So that is a quick way of getting rupees. And there is another quicker way to do it that doesn't involve it turning nighttime. You could just jump for them, but then you won't get them all in one go, and you gotta climb all the way back up. It's a real hassle, and honestly, if you're taking your time, you don't have to worry about that. But now we have 121 rupees, and we have enough to afford the shield before the discount, which is apparently the prerequisite for being able to get the discount on the shield. Let's just get the shield. The Hylian shield. You heard about us from the guard at the Death Mountain Gate? Well, I have to give you a good deal then. And it only costs you 40 rupees this time. Would I like to buy something else? No, I'm good for now, thank you. Now, our bottle, if you remember, our bottle is empty. So I'm going to go ahead and equip that really quickly, because we're not going to need Zelda's letter for a little while. Let's pop into the potion shop again. And, well, let's show off one of his potions. Drink to recover life energy for 30 rupees. You got a red potion on the item subscreen. You can set it to 1, X, Y, or 2. Drink it with 1, X, Y, or 2 to recover your life energy. You carry this potion in one of your bottles. So now we have a red potion, although I do admit on the bottom screen there, it does look a bit more like a pink potion, but trust me on this, it is a red potion. Red potions are interesting because they actually heal all of your hearts, no matter what. Now, currently, it's not so much worth it to get this because you can get milk for free, and that recovers up to 10 hearts, which is more than we have. But I did just want to show off the red potion here while we were here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make it nighttime because we have a few errands to run here at night. Now that it's nighttime, let's have a little explore. There's a bunch of dogs running around at night, which is interesting. Let's see what's in this shop here. Now, this shop is only open at night. I should have probably shown that, but we have a little friend following us. Hello, friend. How are you? Unfortunately, you can't pet the dog. It looked like Link was about to kick the dog. But what do you say? Open the chest and surprise! If you find a key inside, you'll be able to advance left or right. Try your luck. 10 rupees to play. Do you want to try it? Well, my friend, I am nothing if not a gambling man. You got a door key. Use this key to continue to the next room. Select a treasure chest and see how lucky you are. I'm gonna try the odds. Top chest. We got another key! Excellent! We can continue to the next room! Let's see how lucky we are! Top chest worked well for us last time. Let's try it again! Excellent! And Gambler's Fallacy tells me that the bottom chest is next! Gambler's Fallacy pays off, everyone! Gambler's Fallacy always works! I'm gonna, top chest again! And loser. You found 5 rupees. Even so, you are not very lucky. If I had made it one room further, I think, I might be wrong about the number of rooms, I would have gotten a red rupee and made a 10 rupee profit. But unfortunately, we did not play this game. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There is a better way to play this game rather than gambling. And it won't come up until a fair bit later in the game, but we're gonna leave that alone for now. And in the meantime, let's check out the back alleyways at night. If there's anything that I've been taught, it's that checking out back alleyways at nighttime is a good thing to do. Oh, there's another dog here. Oh my god, there's so many dogs! Look at these friends! Hello, little guys! Hello! I love dogs so much, dude! Love these little guys. Anyway, I actually wanted to show off this door here. Inside here, we find a very extravagant place. There's... Oh, that dog picture gives me some, I'm not sure I like this place anymore knowing... Oh god, it's her! I can't find my puppy anywhere. I need you to look for it, please. I don't remember what voice I gave her before, so I'm just gonna go with that. Alright, so her little puppy is missing. Now, if you remember from the previous episode where I had text floating around the dog, her puppy is a white dog. So let's find the first white dog that we see and try to pass it off as hers. Let's just see what happens. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Come on. Now, you gotta wait for the dog to get close to you before you go into a room, I think. I might be wrong about this. But otherwise, it just doesn't seem to want to work. And if you talk to her... Ah! That is not my dog! How could you mix up my puppy with a mutt like that? I don't know, he seems pretty content. Maybe this should be your dog. Alright, so clearly we gotta find the correct dog, and of course, the correct dog is the same dog every time. It actually happens to be this dog over here. If you just stand next to it, it will start to follow you. You'll know it's starting to follow you when it stops running, basically. And also when you walk away and it starts following you. So in other words, you know it's following you when it's following you. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I just noticed this, and this is definitely not something in the original, but you can actually see, if you look closely, when it lifts its tail, it actually has a rendered, like, butthole? Classic Okami style graphics and stuff. We love to see it. Anyway, let's go ahead and give her the correct dog. Richard! This is my little Richard. Thank you. I'll give this to you as a reward. And we got ourselves another piece of heart. Excellent. We are now... we've collected 3 pieces. With another piece, our life energy will be powered up. So if we go ahead and have a look at our gear, we are only missing 1/4 of the heart piece. I kind of didn't mention it when we got to 2/4, but whatever. Let's just move on. Forgive the cut there. I just wanted to make my way back to Kakariko Village. Now, I promise... that we're going to head up Death Mountain in this episode. But before we do that, there are a couple more things I wanted to show off in the graveyard. The main thing being, I guess the main thing being when we get there, that Dampé, I actually waited a little bit after it turned nighttime to enter Kakariko Village here, so that you'll notice that Dampé isn't here. It is not just turning dusk, and therefore Dampé, the only time-dependent thing that I can think of in this game, he's not here, and he can't, he's not here. We can't play Dampé's game. But since there's no one here to really stop us, I'm actually gonna pull one of these graves, and you'll see that, well, there's some money here, which is nice, I guess, but also, there's a Poe here. Poe, if you stare at it with L targeting, it will disappear. Now, we fought the Composer brothers, who were Poes. However, this is just a normal Poe, which is fought the exact same way. Excuse me, sir, can you stop going underground? It's fought the exact same way, just don't Z target it, or L target it, rather, and it will, it'll die when you attack it. You defeated a Poe. Do you want to catch the ghost in a bottle? You caught a Poe. Now, I drank my red potion on the way here just so that I could free up a Poe, an item slot for this Poe. Probably shouldn't have done that because I have a less powerful milk, but it's basically the same thing at this stage in the game, and having 2 drinks is better than having 1 drink. But anyway, a Poe is an interesting item because the effect it has is actually random. If I drink this right now, see what it does. In this case, it didn't do anything, so I'm assuming that it probably tried to heal me or something, but the Poe spirit is, interestingly, it has a chance to heal you, or it can hurt you. Now, future me is going to put on screen what exactly effects it can have, but one thing that's very important is that the Poe cannot kill you. It might seem like it, if you take damage from drinking a Poe, it might be able to kill you. It will not kill you. But, with that out of the way, you may notice, if Navi would be quiet, you may notice that this is the only grave that has flowers in front of it. So that leaves me to believe this must be a pretty important grave. Let's go ahead and head on in. And yes, this does bring our number of crimes up because we are, in fact, robbing a grave, but there is a chest here. Let's see what's inside. It's 5 rupees. Now, this is not always 5 rupees. This is only 5 rupees because we already have the Hylian shield. If you don't want to go to market and spend the money on the Hylian shield, you can just come into this grave and get yourself a Hylian shield just like this. And I just realized that I never showed it off. So this is what equipping a Hylian shield looks like. It's a little bit big on us, so we actually aren't able to hold it out in front of us, but we can, like, duck under it, which is nice, I guess. And importantly, it won't burn up in a volcano. But that is not the last thing to do here in the graveyard. The last thing to do is, and there is basically no indication that this particular grave is special, but if we pull out this grave, it is, in fact, special. Inside this grave, there is a Redead. Now, we know how to deal with Redeads. Go ahead and play the Sun Song here. And it'll stun it. Let's get behind it, grab out a Deku Stick, and hit it a couple times. Now, when you hit a Redead that's stunned, it will come back from being stunned. Now, this is another cryptic thing. There isn't anything to tell you that this grave in particular is special, and there is also nothing to tell you to play the Sun Song here. Playing the Sun Song here causes a chest to appear. I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out. Well, I can think of a way that you might be able to figure out how to get this, but I'm actually not sure if it will tell you, but you'll understand in the future, I promise. I'll talk about it. But we got ourselves a piece of heart, and this brings the number of hearts that we have up to 5. If we go ahead and have a look at the bottom screen there, or I guess at the top left corner based on how I'm editing this, and if you have a look at your gear, our heart container there is emptied. And that means that we can collect 4 more heart pieces to get another heart, but it's going to take a little while before we get that. And that is all that I wanted to show off. I know we kind of went on a bit of a tangent, but I promised that we will make progress in this episode, so let's head up Death Mountain at least just a little bit and make progress towards our goal of finding the spiritual stone held by the Gorons. First things first, though, we gotta head up to the mountain, past the guard up there, who will probably be very happy that we got our shield. He probably won't be happy about the fact that we didn't visit the Happy Mask Salesman, but I'm actually avoiding doing that for the time being, because that is a quest that cannot be completed for a little while, so I don't really want to do that right now. But that is just about everything that we can do, and this is going to be a little tedious, but I'm going to quickly play the Sun Song so that we go up the mountain during daytime. Alright, I just made it daytime so that we could go up Death Mountain for the first time during the day. And starting along our path to Death Mountain, we have a new enemy! Red Tektite, lock onto it without targeting as it jumps. There's a couple different ways of fighting this guy. First of all, just keep your distance and it can't really do much to you. You can even sidestep around it. You can attack it with your sword, or you can hit it with your slingshot. You can also stun it with Deku Nuts. That's another helpful way of fighting these guys. But I want to just show off one thing about these guys, and that's that in the 3D version, if you kind of sidestep them around when they're staying still, look at the way they shimmy their legs. If you guys have ever seen, like, videos of, like, jumping spiders, that's kind of what they do. And I absolutely adore it. It's so cute. It's so fun. I love these guys. But you can mostly just ignore them. They are kind of out of the way. Watch out for that one that's up there. He's getting the drop on you. You can see a heart piece up there, but we can't really do much about that for the time being. Let's see what the sign says. Dodongo's Cavern, don't enter without permission. Well, there isn't really much of a way to do that right now. But in the interest of just making our way up the mountain, I'm not going to talk to anyone along the way. I'm just going to head right on up and see if we can find, I don't know, sort of a hub, you know. I would imagine we were told that the Gorons on Death Mountain hold the spiritual stone, so let's see if there's, oh, Goron City, home of the Gorons. Perfect. That seems like the greatest way to deal with it. Watch out for that guy. He's rolling and rolling and rolling. The Gorons seem like the Goron City seems like the place to meet Gorons that might have the spiritual stone, is what I was saying. And next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we'll hopefully find that spiritual stone here in Goron City. See you guys then.